Gym owners, in today's video, I'm going to be walking you guys through the scientific method behind winning ads and how to consistently produce ad sets that win and get you insanely cheap cost per leads. If you don't know who I am, my name's Sam Arch and I've helped scale over 80 gyms in 2023. Basically, what we help gym owners do is reduce the hours they work while doubling or even tripling their current revenue. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get into the video. Okay, so the key thing to remind yourself about this video is this is science. This is proven and it really does work. And if you follow the steps I'm about to walk you through, you will never have a losing ad set again, and you'll be able to collect data. You'll be able to use that data to put into winning ad sets as you know your audience very well. You know exactly what to do and exactly how to produce these results, and you've knuckled it down to A to Z method. Okay, so I'm going to be giving you guys the absolute source today, and here we go. So, scientific method behind winning ads. We'll change this, ad sets. Okay, there is a few key things to remember here, guys. Okay, the first one is heading number 3, and the first one we can do, the first key thing to remember is testing period. Okay, now remember back to when you went to school, or back to the last time maybe your kid was in school, or the last time you did a science experiment. Okay, remember a thing called a procedure. This is pretty much a procedure or a standard operating procedure that you follow every single time you do said experiment. Today's experiment is launching an ad campaign, so you must follow the same steps every single time you launch the ad campaign, or it will not be a fair test. Okay, so them steps being testing period. Okay, basically the minimum testing period you want is anywhere from 4 to 7 days. Okay, 4 to 7 days. If your ad is miserably failing, let's just do a little dot point here. Remember, if ad is failing miserably and you're getting leads, CPO is $20 plus, then call, and this is after waiting 4 days. So if your ad is failing miserably and your cost per lead is above $20, call at 4 days. If ad is performing okay, that would be a CPO from anywhere from $5 to $15. $5 to $15. Let it run for 7 days, then assess. Okay, cool. So that's the testing period, guys. That's basically what the testing period means. Do not touch anything after launching before the minimum 4-day period is over. Okay, so do not touch the ads until it's been at least 4 days, because some days you're going to get no leads and that's just going to be a bad day. Some day you might get 5 leads, which will change the results and the cost per lead dramatically. Okay, so it's a good testing period is 4 to 7 days. If it's in between the $5 to $15 range, let it run for 7 days and then assess whether you want to change it or whether you think you can scale with that type of budget. Okay, now another key thing to remember is basically the testing period. Another key thing to remember, guys, is a controlled variable. Okay, controlled variables. Alright, so you guys need to understand, I'm sure you do know what a controlled variable is, but you need to write these down, and these must remain the same every single time. If these are not the same, then it's a new experiment and you will have to go through that test again. Okay, so controlled variable is audience. Remember, in an experiment you only change one thing at a time, because if you change, let's say you have let's say, for example, you're trying to find out what colors make the color red. Okay, nah, let's not do that. Let's say you're trying to find out what makes something blue. Okay, you add red and purple together and it makes I'm not too sure on my colors, guys, but let's just say it makes blue. Okay, now let's say you add red, green, and purple together, and it makes blue as well. And then you add red, green, and yellow, and purple, and it doesn't make blue. Now, you don't know, is it the green, is it the red, or the purple that makes the blue? You're not too sure, right? Because you change too many things at once. So you only want to change one thing. That's probably not the best analogy to give you, but yeah, it's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. So, controlled variable. First thing you want to control is the audience. Make sure it remains the same. This is for the initial ads. Remains the same. Okay. Next thing you want to control is the audience. Then you want to control the copy. And then I hope you guys are doing lead form. Keep the lead form the same. Alright, what's another controlled variable? Oh, let me think. This could be headline, call to action, and then the thing you're changing, your hypothesis, could be, for example, the thing that you're changing, or your hypothesis. This could be creative. Okay, so the only thing you're changing is the creative, and what this is going to do is it's going to allow you to assess the creatives and see which one the market's reacting the best to. Now, obviously, you can look at the metrics and you know where to go from here. So when you're launching your first ad, you want to keep all these things the same, change the creative, okay, let the ad run for 4 days. After 4 days, look at the data, okay, and you can assess from the data, from the CPMs, from the CTR, is the creative effective? Is it not effective? If the creative is effective and your results are within KPI, if you're getting leads for like $5, then change nothing and scale. But if you're getting leads at around $15, then it's fair to say there probably is something better. So you can try a new creative, keep everything else the same, try a new creative and scale. If your cost per lead is around $5, then you know that everything is good. What I would do here is then create another campaign, a sandbox campaign, put the budget pretty small, and just change little things. Change the CTA, change the lead form, change the copy, change the audience, and try to get better results while this main campaign is running and it's working. Okay? So that's basically the scientific method. Well, we kind of just touched on it a little bit. However, what I'm going to show you now is something that you can use to track and log and make sure you're actually keeping everything the same. Okay, so this is what you're looking at now is basically this is what we would call where you would keep everything, basically, guys. So this is where you would keep everything. This is where you would be able to keep track of everything. So here you have your audiences, you have your idea audiences, audiences you want to try, audiences you're currently testing, audiences that have proven to work, that you've got results from, and audiences that have failed. Okay, if you know a certain 10 kilometers is too far and you don't get results doing a radius of 10 kilometers, put it in failed, and you know not to do that. If you have women at 5 kilometers and men at 10 kilometers and all at advantage placements, then you know what works, okay, and then you can start making iterations of these and start changing different variables to try and get some killer ads. And basically, if you're like, okay, I need to launch an ad, you come in here, okay, I've got 5 audiences that have been proven to work, I'm just going to use one of these, and then I'm going to go into here, and this is where you keep your ad angles. Okay, so an ad angle is basically one variation. Okay, so you keep the headline the same, keep the body copy the same, keep the description the same, and change the creative. That's one ad angle. Okay, then you run creative 2, that's your second ad angle. Okay, then you run the same 2 creatives and change the body, that's another ad angle, etc, etc. I'm sure you guys get it. Okay, this is where you can keep track of that. Okay, this is your ideas, this is the ones that you're testing currently, and this is the ones that you're proven to work. Okay, so basically what you could do here, guys, let's say you're running ads, you guys are full of capacity, and then you have some free spots available, so you want to start running some marketing campaigns again. Come into here, into this Google Sheet. You go, okay, proven, I'm going to use these creatives, I'm going to use basically this ad, okay, and then I'm going to go and proven audiences, pick this audience, create the ad, Make sure that you run the ad the same way. Make sure that you allow it to have 4 to 7 days. Controlled variable I should have added here, guys. Audience, placement, targeting. Make sure you keep all this the same. Optimizations as well. Okay, make sure you keep all this set the same. Come in here, grab what works, slap it together, chuck it on campaign, on ad manager, launch it, and you know you're going to get good results because it's all proven to work in your specific market, which is the key here, guys. In your specific market. What works in someone's market might not work in your market, so you really need to do these tests yourself to figure it out. And once you nail it on the head, it's just a matter of scaling from there. Okay? Now, basically what I'm going to cover as well is to scale, and once you have something that works, what you want to do is scale it, guys. So the way you launch ads is you launch one campaign, okay? Let's write this down. So the way you launch ads, I'll do heading number 3. Way to launch ads. Oh, way to launch ads. So you have your, so when you start off, guys, what you want to do, have initial campaign. Have your initial campaign, let it run for 4 to 7 days. Assess the data of said campaign. Okay, if it's within KPI and you want more results, guys, if you're getting leads at like $2 and you can't handle more people coming in, then there's no need to scale. But if you're getting leads at, let's say, a good price, maybe $8, okay, and you're running a budget of 25, so you're getting around 3 leads a day, you want to up that to 6, then all you need to do is spend $50 a day and you're going to be getting 6 leads, okay? So if the results are within KPI and you want more results, then increase the budget by at least 50%. There's no point increasing the budget. Let's say you're running a campaign for $20 a day. There's no point increasing it by $5. Okay, at least increase it by 10. Okay, so literally just go on the campaign, increase the budget by $10, and that will mean you're going to get more leads. Depending, let's say your lead costs $2, you're going to get 5 more leads per day. Okay, once you've done this and you're starting to scale, create a new campaign called Sandbox. Okay, spend $15 a day on this one. Spend $15 a day on the Sandbox campaign, and start to test new angles and new copies and new images. Okay, start to test new angles. Okay, test some new angles. Okay, once you get a proven angle, add it to your scaling campaign. Add new angles to the sandbox folder. So you're constantly testing the market for new things. As soon as something starts getting results and as soon as something starts popping off, add it, start scaling that, replace it with another angle. Okay, and it just means that you're never going to have a dry spell again, because you're going to have constant marketing ticking over, adapting with the market, and it stays constantly fresh and it never fatigues or slows down, guys. Okay, so basically that is the scientific method to launching ads. I hope you got some value from this video, I really do. And if you guys are curious on what we do and how we help our clients, there will be a link in the description. It basically just leads you to a funnel. I'll be honest, guys, this is designed to sell you something, but it doesn't really bother me if you click it or not. All that matters to me is that you got some value from this video. However, if you do want to click it, then it is there and it is down there. I'm just letting you know. I would really appreciate it if you leave a like on this video. I would even like it more if you commented a problem that you're having, and I would love to be able to solve that for you. And if you guys want to subscribe, it would make my day. I would love you for it. Like I said, guys, I really hope you got some value from this video, and I really hope you can start kicking off your marketing and getting some killer results with your winning ad sets. So yeah, that's all from me today, guys, and I appreciate your time. Peace.